special edition of Inside the Headset as we're getting close to the Tennessee High School State Championship. And I've got on the phone with me the head coach of the 3A Alcoa Tornadoes, head coach Gary Rankin. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing good, so thank
Well, you've got 452 wins, 77 losses. Alcoa will be going for their 19th gold ball. You have 120 wins and 15 losses in the playoffs, 93% win ratio, and your opponents only score about 4 points. It's been a pretty good season for the Alcoa Tornadoes.
What has it's been a tough season. Storm. We've battled this COVID stuff. We've had some injuries, some season-ending injuries, and it just seemed like it's been a battle each week. So, and the COVID about got to us a time or two with some kids, and it's been a challenge. It really has.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't realize is it's enough just trying. You didn't have a lot of time to prepare the beginning of the season to start this season. You were kind of thrown into it, and everybody was. We get that, but not having that extra 4 weeks to practice, and then they flip the switch somewhere around the 1st of August. You get the green light, and then and everybody was kind of thrown into it.
Yeah, and that would bother me too much because everybody was on the same playing field. Everybody started at the same time, so I don't think anybody had an advantage or a disadvantage. I can understand where coaches that are at new programs didn't get to have a spring practice maybe or fall, no scrimmages, so it was tough on those new coaches and new programs. But we felt pretty good going in, and I hope COVID did. And it seemed like we're walking on thin ice every week.
When we talk about the COVID, how much do you think, Coach, you guys have spent just trying to basically keep yourself protected and not only in money, but just time, and time is money.
Well, it's been a lot of time, no doubt. It's been a lot of time and a lot of talking. We didn't have a tremendous amount of kids on our football team get the virus, but we had some kids that were contact traced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it came into play that, you didn't ever know if some kid in that classroom had it. And, you got your first or second quarterback sitting beside them, they could get traced and be out for 2 weeks. So it was a pretty scary thing week in and week out. And we tried to handle it best we could. But I think another thing, we preached to our kids so much about it, and they really didn't see any of their teammates or anybody suffering.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids that they knew that got into school, had a runny nose or had a sore throat for a couple of days, and they're feeling good. So I don't really think the teenagers and school kids realize, how hard it could be on some people, but it certainly wasn't that hard on teenagers.
Well, and we talk about your season, and right now you're 14-1. Your only loss was to Maryville, and but Coach, I thought you did a real good job. You had a real good schedule. You're trying to play them one now, plus try to play them for a state championship. But when we talk about your schedule, I mean, you played Blackman, which was a 6A school. You played Maryville, which was a 6A school, and you played Dobbins Bennett, that was 6A school.
Yeah, we played. We tried to play some good competition in our non-region games, and we played well against all 3 of those teams. And we were neck and neck with Maryville and had a chance to beat them. So we were pretty pleased with the way our kids played against the 6A schools. And Dobbins Bennett, what we didn't understand was Dobbins Bennett was an excellent football team.
Mm-hmm.
One of the top 5 in the state, and took Maryville down to the wire a little bit. So. We may lose some of those games sometime, but we think they help us in the long run.
And playoffs has gone pretty good for you, putting up anywhere between 7 and 8 touchdowns, and your defense seems to be doing a real good job.
Well, they have. We played consistent defense all year, and we were pretty consistent on defense last year. We had quite a few kids back, so we knew that was our starting point, that we would be good on that side of the ball. And, we had to rebuild our offense, our offensive line and receivers and stuff. But we'll see. We got a tough opponents this week, and we'll have to play good defense to win the game.
And I was just looking at some video of the Milan Bulldogs, which is your opponent at 11 a.m. Central tomorrow, which is a little bit different. You normally have played afternoon games and not really had that morning game, have you? Am I right?
You're right, and I don't really know why they changed it. They've had that format for years and years, and I'm all for. I'm a team player. I'm all for changing it, but I think you ought to rotate them all,
Yeah.
and not just rotate the singles and the doubles and the triples. If they're going to do that, then you can make 5 to 6 days play early and midday too.
Absolutely, I'll agree. I'll agree. Well, we talk about your opponent, and I tell you what, looking on film, they got a money guy at quarterback. They got a money guy that can run it, and they got some big boys on defense. I like the Milan Bulldogs, big team.
No, they got players everywhere. It's well coached. They got it's a traditional football powerhouse down in West Tennessee, and we played them a couple times before. And they're always physical, tough. They got speed, they got athletes. It's going to be a war. There's no doubt about that.
Just finishing up, Coach, and you've been here a long time. You've played. Yeah, I know you coached down at Vanderbilt. You coached over at MTSU, and now coaching at Cookville, where this site is, and everything. In 2009, I was on the field and filming and everything, and it just happened before that championship game that you played in. There was a pretty good wind coming from the scoreboard in, and I noticed that you walked the whole football field prior to the football game, and I made note of that. Is that just something you always do? And you always noted that there's like a shoot of wind, and it's true, down toward that scoreboard. If you don't watch it, it just.
I think so. There's always a wind blowing on Texas field, and I don't know. A lot of people talk about the rain and the conditions and so forth, and sometimes wind can affect the football game a lot more than wet or rain. If the wind's blowing, you got to take it into account and try to play it in your favor most you can.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck. I think I'm going to watch that on TV tomorrow, but take care, good luck, stay safe, and come home a winner. All right, take care. Bye-bye.